Hello guys, today we're going to introduce to you guys about the Central Islamic Council of Thailand, CICA. So, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Khairul Hasnadafran.
My name is Muhammad Abdullah.
And my name is Muhammad Al-Ashar.
My name is Fhcb.
Alright, so today I want to talk about historical about Thailand. In the late 1970s, the Thai government began to pay more attention to the needs of its Muslim citizens. And the first Halal certification organization, the Central Islamic Council of Thailand, (CICA), was established in 1978. CICA was later replaced by the Islamic Central Committee of Thailand (ICCT), which was established in 2003.
So, we move on to the objective and aims of CICA. And the first one is community welfare, which is take care of the welfare of the Thai people in terms of spiritual aspect. Second one is cultural preservation, which is keeping the culture of the Thailand community in line with the religious development. And the last point is the religious guidance. The religious guidance provide religious guidance from various aspects, and the current discussion is into the specific in Halal certification. That's all.
So, into the next point is purpose of CICA, vision of CICA and mission of CICA. So, the purpose of CICA is to foster unity and cooperation among Muslims in Thailand while promoting understanding and dialogue with other religious communities. So, for vision of CICA is to establish a harmonious society where Muslims can practice their faith freely and contribute positively to national development. And the lastly of the mission of CICA to enhance the quality of life for Muslims through education, social services and community development while promoting the value of Islam.
Alright, so we move on to address and the phone number of the teacher. The address is the National Islamic Affairs Administrative Center, Alam Rakyat, Klongkong, Erdi, Krongsik, Nongchok, Bangkok 10530. And the phone number, if anything happens, you can call at this number. That's all from me. We move to other topic.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide. There are 4 types of halal schemes. The first one is food. The second one is health. The third one consumer goods, meat, beverages, herbal, chemical and services. For the food, as we all know, they need some type of certification for the food, and for the health, they need the certification for the health to ensure the health compliant with the halal. For the consumer goods, they usually use, for example, like brush. So the brush, they make sure to make it halal. For the meat, they have the halal scheme to make the slaughter compliance with the Sharia law. For the beverages, for the drinks, they ensure the drinks to compliant with the Sharia law and not contaminated with the alcoholic. For the herbal, as you all know, they use some type of herbal, so they compliance with the Sharia. For the chemical, they will ensure the chemical to use the only halal and not contaminated with non-halal such as gelatin and so on. For the services, they make the services compliance with the Sharia matters and will not involve with the haram elements. That's all from me. Let's move on to the next slide.
So, we move on to what are the halal certification procedures from the entrepreneur to apply from the Central Islamic Council of Thailand. So the first thing first, there must be an entrepreneur. There must be a business of food products, manufacturing or any halal scheme to apply for the halal certification. And the second step is the entrepreneur shall prepare the document needed, and the third step is to send or check in at the office of the Central Islamic Council of Thailand. The fourth process is the entrepreneur needs to pay some fee for the certification. The next step, the fifth step is to participate in halal training that organized by Certification Central Islamic Council of Thailand. And step 6, there will be an audit program by the teacher that teacher auditor went to the entrepreneur facility or premise. Next, after the audit, the teacher will do a lab test if there is some non-conformance or they need to do corrective action. The next step is step 8. The entrepreneur will get on-site audit. The next step is board resolution, which is meeting on the level of Chichot in the Chichot halal certification body to approve or reject the halal certification process. And the next step is the certification itself, and then the certification comes from Chichot, and then the entrepreneur will get the halal logo. That's all for
Okay, let's move on to the next slide, which I will be discuss about Chichot halal logo. For the first one, as you guys can see, the halal word that is written in Arabic. The word halal means the word halal is approved in Arabic inside diamond with vertical line backgrounds. And for the below of the logo, there have been stated the Central Islamic Committee of Thailand, which is the certifier name of the Chichot halal logo. Okay, for the next slide, I want to talk about the number series that have been stated below the logo, which is CICT.HL, and what does that mean? For the CICOT.HL, for the first number, which is the product code group of products. The second one, the second part of it, which is 3 numbers, it will show that entrepreneur code or the company registration. For the next part, the 3 numbers that have been stated, which are seriously or number of products. For the next part, which is they have 2 numbers only, they stated of a month of approval or the month of given code. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. This is the Chichot halal certification. As you can see, the Chichot halal certification is very beautiful. And the first one is for the top left, stated in Thailand language, and the right one is in English. And as you all can see, the first one is head office located at, product type, brand, factory located at, and the most important is the certifier or the signature taken is from the Vice President of the Central Islamic Council or the President of the Central Islamic Council himself. The name for the Vice President of the Central Islamic Council is Mr. Arun Brunshul. That's all for me. Let's move on.
So guys, we move on to our first product, which is Red Bull. And then here, what is Red Bull? So this is the selfie. Okay guys, our first thing first, where is the halal logo product from the Chichot? As you can see, this from the picture, the halal logo, and that solid. Next is what are the requirements or level 3 or the leveling requirement that related with this particular packaging and labeling. So the first regulation that related with the Red Bull packaging is, first one is regulation 10 from the food regulation 1985, which is language to be used. The product, as we all know, is imported from Thailand, so the language to be used is English. That's all.
So So we go to the second point, which is MPPHM Domestic 2020 General Requirement 17 Clause 16, which is packaging, labeling and advertising. So the packaging must be the packaging material and labeling must need to be ensure halal, does not contaminate the product and is safe for human consumption. So we go to the last part, which is regulation 12, form, manners of labeling. As we all know, Red Bull labeling on its packaging, which is every label on the Red Bull is legibly and durable mark. So thank you. We go to the other part.
Alright guys, so this is our product 2. That's it. Is the name is Takenoid, or in Malaysian that we call is sweet. So this is our base selfie with this product. So halal logo authenticity chart that have in the product, if you can see at the here, the halal, that's for Thailand. Alright, so we move to labeling. We use regulation 13, that's size and colors of letters. The measure of letters is used as a lower because letters with an initial capital letter. If you can see, as a capital letter in capital letter, the color and the size. So we move to another regulation.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide. For the next labeling, as you can see, the labeling is stated as BBF. So what is the BBF? So according to Code Regulation 1985, Regulation 14, they have been stated as date marking. For the 5, Clause B, the date of minimum durability in respect of any food shall be shown in the following form: best before or best BEF, or the stated as the product BBF. It means best before. So after the best before, instead the date expressed in day, month, and a year, or in month of the year. As I stated, the next instead the date. Okay. That is the date, the next is the month, and the next is the year. Let's move on to the next regulation. For the next regulation, I take it from the MPPHM Clause 17.6b. According to MPPHM Domestic 2020, for the packaging, labeling and advertisement. As we all can see, the product labeling, they have no illustration or images that categorize as negative mughalaza, religious, and give negative implication to the measure classification. For the product, as we can see, there is the content person, so they have no illustration images as negative mughalaza. The next image is chili, and the next image is the seaweed itself. So there is no image that categorized as negative mughalaza, such as dot, speed, and give the negative implication for the halal certificate, for the certification. That's all from me. Thank you.